You're watching Tea and Poetry with Dave Steele, the blind poet.
Good evening. How are you?
Very good. Good evening. Let me just get myself sorted a second.
While you're getting that sorted out, I am going to welcome everyone to another episode of Tea and Poetry. It's great to be here on a Wednesday and to spend the next hour together with this incredible group that I always look forward to every week. You know, Dave, you have those same feelings as well. And it's just a time for us to sort of like, kick back, communicate, interact, and also connect with the community. And what I'm going to do now, if first of all, if you are a regular and you've been on for the past, several weeks where you know that we've, sort of like modified how we do things, where we open it up and we allow everyone to have their video on. And we have definitely seen a greater level of interaction. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go one by one and ask you to sort of like promote you as a panelist to add, put your video on. This way, everyone can see each other if you have some level of sight, of course, and be able to enhance the experience that we have together. So
I'm gonna call you on something as well, because I didn't do this last week. I forgot to put the captions on, which I noticed when I watched the replay on YouTube last night when I watched it back. But yeah,
okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going now. I'm going to allow to everyone to be a panelist, what we call a panelist, and then this way we will encourage you to have your video on, and this way we can have a much greater experience here. And if you're being shy, you don't want your video on, we understand. So not a big deal. Nice to see some great faces out there, and new faces as well. I'm just going through this right now and making everyone live. So, all right. Just want to remind everyone, if you want to connect with us, you can always put a message in the chat or the Q&A. I do look after that, and yeah, it's great to be back. I'm sorry I missed you guys last week, and I just want to say thank you to those individuals out there who sent me emails and text messages sharing their thoughts of how I was missed. So it was great. It was very appreciative. But at the same time, I heard Dave held down the fort and did an amazing job flying solo. So
we had an amazing week last week. It was great. The topic was fantastic.
Yeah. No problem, Ken. No problem, Ken. So Ken, I just want to mention Ken. Ken comes to us all the way from down under in Australia. So good morning to Ken. It's just great to see this international audience week after week, and really the participation is truly magnificent. So yeah, look at those clear skies in Sedona, beautiful, and Sedona Dave looking great, and yeah. So Dave, let's kick things off. How are things on your side? Interesting.
Yeah, well, no, look, I'm gonna talk about it. It's been a tough one. Been ill for the last week. I feel like I'm in a place where I can share things. This is what Tea and Poetry is all about. As Alison says, this is our tribe, and if I can't share things, if I can't share things here, then where else can I share them? I'm not going to talk about this lots tonight for reasons which I'm sure you'll understand. But I just wanted to kind of say that my mum passed away this morning. So it's been a bit of a tough day. And obviously I know we spoke, Barry, off call this morning about it, and I spoke briefly to Barb via message, who's on the call, and obviously I've got Amy here and the kids here and stuff. It's been a bit of a tough day. I've been ill this week anyway. I've kind of had what is suspected as it's kind of a bacterial pneumonia. So I've been on antibiotics and steroids for the past few days, and it's been a bit of a germy house. But you get these weeks sometimes, and today was topped off by getting the news this morning that my mum passed early this morning. But as I said, I'm not going to dwell on it loads today. There will be time for me to talk about it a little bit more in the weeks to come once I've reflected a little bit more. I didn't want to miss Tea and Poetry because, you guys are as big a support to me as I have been to you. And it's important that I'm here for that. So, yeah.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. So, yeah, as I know, we understand. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, this week I've got a piece of poetry to read, which I wrote the other day. I've just had an amazing afternoon with Amy's just stepped out of the room to get tissue, I think. Okay. I had an amazing afternoon. Barb's on the call, and we're going to bring Barb on after I've done the first piece of poetry to talk about what we've been doing this afternoon, and got a very busy day tomorrow for World Book Day. I did think last week that World Book Day was today, but I got my days confused.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, thank God. Yeah, tell me about it. But World Book Day tomorrow, so I'm going to be at Austin School. But yeah, I'd love to, keep it like it was last week for me, you guys, and interact all the way through. And if you still want to pick up on the subject we were talking about last week, we can do that as well. But I'll read you this poetry, and then we'll bring Barb on and have a little chat, the three of us, and talk about what we've been doing this afternoon and where we've been. So yeah, for those people that are new to Tea and Poetry, what I do is I always read a piece of poetry at the beginning of the call and one at the end of the call. And the idea is, when you listen to the poetry, if there's any particular line or something that I've said or a feeling that stood out to you or something you got from the poem, then let's talk about it. Let us know in the chat or come on and interact. So this actually, with what I've been doing this afternoon with Barb, which we're going to be talking about in just a little while, is definitely on topic, and we'll get to that in a minute. But these words are something that I'm sure everyone can relate to. Here we go. Nothing is as scary as once it first seemed. Don't miss out on living. Don't give up on hopes and dreams. Your challenges aren't a reason to do less, but to do more. Just grab your cane and go. There's so much beauty to explore. Our vision may be low, but our hopes don't have to be. There's more to life than seeing, more to blindness to you and me. So if you've made excuses why you can't go out today, it's not too late. It's not your fate. Please hear now what I say. Just take a breath and focus on one small step at a time. The more you take, you'll realize what you first had feared is fine. Our challenges in life are just our battles to be won. And living blind, still living. Let's get out and have some fun.
Living blind, still living. Let's get out and have some fun. That's what I say every day. Let's get out and have some fun.
Absolutely. We work hard, we play hard, and everything that we do, we should be enjoying.
Absolutely. That's what I always love to promote, right? Getting out there and making it happen. Can you read me? I think it was like the first or like the second line where you said, "Don't give up on hope and challenges."
Yeah. So nothing is as scary as once it first had seemed. Don't miss out on living. Don't give up on hopes and dreams.
Hopes and dreams. That's what it is. That is correct. That is okay. Yeah. That's what I thought it was. So yeah, obviously, we can never give up. It's I think that concept goes with anything as far as giving up. It goes in all facets of life, business, education, whatever it is. We're always got to push ourselves. Whatever stage that we're in, we always got to push forward and need to stay strong and never give up. It's I think that's what really, that extra push is what always will keep us moving forward. So two great lines. We started off in there and then we ended it off. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. So
let's bring Barb straight away, and then we'll get people to kind of raise their hand. And let's bring Barb.
Barb is here, and I'm going to have unmute Barb. Barb is here. Barb is live. How are you?
Hey, that last line of the poem needs to be like on a wall. Or what was it again? Can you read it one more time, Dave?
So the last part of the poem is: our challenges in life are just our battles to be won, and living blind, still living. Let's get out and have some fun.
I know. I feel like I need that on a poster, like a motivational poster or something. So
let's do t-shirts.
There we go. We need it on a t-shirt.
First of all, I'd just like to say welcome, Mrs. Calhoun. It was so weird calling you Mrs. Calhoun this morning.
It was weird calling you Mr. Steele.
Who's Mrs. Calhoun?
I had to call him Mr. Steele in front of the kids too, and I'm like, that's strange.
Well, listen, the people, you're kind of giving it away there, but because everyone on the call, or most of the people on the call, don't know what we've been doing this afternoon. Can you explain to everyone where we've been, what we've been doing?
Okay, well, it kind of started with Low Vision Awareness Month. That was February. And I was encouraging everyone, like, what is something, those of us who are a part of this community, what is something that you can do that's different than this month? And I had never gone to like speak to kids or speak to somebody about, well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that because I did read your poem years and years ago at a poetry slam, but like as far as kids or schools, I had never done that before. So I was challenging myself to reach out to an elementary school here in town and just see if they'd be if they would be open to me coming and reading Austin's Amazing Adventures to the class. Well, it turned into this entire assembly. So I got an email last week and the principal was like, can you just run this assembly and do this? And we'll have 3 grades in there, and I'm going to invite this other person to come, and we'll have Dave on a big screen, and we'll just do a whole assembly. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, I guess we're going to go from not just reading it to kindergartners, but like 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and it was an assembly. But I thought it went so well. So Dave and I had an opportunity, and as well as one other person, to kind of talk about low vision and
I think
talk about
Barry's pulling up a picture here, I think.
Okay. I'm not used to this. This is like fancy. But yeah, there are photos, so maybe that's what he's trying to do.
There we go.
There it is. There. Yep. And it was.
Do you want to audio describe that? Barry, do you want to describe what's in the picture?
Sure. Yeah. So in the picture we have we can see a portion of the group of kids who are assembled and sitting on the floor. It looks like you have a teacher there on the far right. And we have a large, probably a good 60+ inch TV with a computer there that is live streaming and has Dave in the background, literally like the background that right where Dave sits for tea and poetry. Dave's smiling there and speaking to the kids. And there's a podium there to the left of the TV as well, which I can only assume that's where Barb was standing at some point with the microphone. So
yep.
Could continue on. I figured, Barb had sent me this. I didn't know Barb was coming on now, but Barb had sent me photos because I said, I want to know how, let me know how it goes. And she had sent me photos. So perfect timing to bring this all together.
Yeah, we had a great time. We each spoke, just kind of sharing our own personal journey with low vision and blindness. Each of us shared, facts. We let the kids ask questions, and they were just so.
Bob, can you just say what the first question was? Because there was a great first question from one of the kids, or you asked a question. Actually, you asked a question to the children, and the answer of the very first child was, "We just set it up." Can you remember what that was?
Well, I asked a lot. Was it the one where I asked what? Like, are you talking about from the book or are you talking about from the beginning?
No, from the beginning.
So when I asked, when they see a blind person in the movie, what do they think that person can see?
Absolutely. And what did the
And
first child say?
She said blackness,
Which was great.
which launched me into my whole, well, actually, low vision and blindness is this large spectrum, and a very small percentage of people who are blind see that. The rest of us, 90 plus, percentage, have some vision. And I was encouraging the kids, so when you meet somebody who's blind or has low vision, to ask them, what do you see? Because each person will have a different answer.
Yeah.
And I think what you just said is like where blindness comes in all different shades, but each person has a different answer. That's that's sight loss in itself. There's no cookie cutter, answer.
Yeah, I mean, the way when I was speaking about it to the kids, because first of all, I just want to say, Barb was just saying right at the beginning there about how she wanted to do something, to raise awareness for Low Vision Awareness Month and challenge herself. An absolute natural with the kids. Obviously, you've got the background anyway, but you were brilliant today. And that question was great for opening up. And when I was speaking, what I was saying off the back of what Barb said was that, we talk about low vision and blindness being a spectrum, but disability and the way people have different challenges in life is a spectrum too. I was using the example of just because someone's in a wheelchair doesn't mean they can't walk. It just maybe means that they can't walk far. Just because someone finds it difficult to learn a particular way or a particular skill doesn't mean that they can't learn it. They just have to do things differently. So it's all a spectrum. And, I think by the end of it all, especially with some of the questions the kids were asking, they got it.
100%, yeah. Because they were even asking, well, can you drive?
Mm-hmm. Which I said yes.
And I hope you told them yes.
I said yes, just not legally. No, I'm joking. I just wouldn't attempt it. I can still do it. I can drive a dog. I went to the fairground with Austin last year, and we went, like, Amy was away somewhere. I think she was away with her mum and her sisters for the day, and I took Austin to the fair for the first time because he was at kind of an age where he felt brave enough to go on a few things, and we went on the Dodgems, and I drove the Dodgems, and was actually quite impressed with my driving skills. I was literally weaving in and out of between all these kids, and they were trying to bump us, and I was they were missing us. So yeah, I can drive. I'm just not on the road legally, and not probably very well.
Yeah, and there's someone here. There's an individual here tonight on TM Poetry. I'm not going to call out this individual, but this person is legally blind, and I did see that person drive. That person knows who I'm talking to. Who that is?
I might know who that is as well.
I'm not saying if it's a male or a female, but
I'm not gonna jump
I'm
in
not
that
saying
either,
he's from Arizona or something like
that. As a name that says where he's from. Anyway,
yeah.
So let's go back to Barb a second. So the kids did. Kids asked some really great questions in the. There was the driving one. They were answering questions from the book, and I think they all enjoyed it. What was the feedback like from the teachers that you spoke to?
So we had a man speaking as well. Dave and he was speaking as well, and he was a teacher of the visually impaired. And afterwards, he hung around to speak, and he, at best I can describe it, he was just like, kind of like, how have I not known about Dave Steele up until this point? And so I gave, all this information about where you can find him online and the books that he's written. So, and he was messaging all the counties, other visual impaired teachers, and like, this is happening. I wish you guys could be here. And so they're working with me and trying to do this again with other schools in the county. But I thought the funniest quote was, as I was leaving, this gal goes, "Hey, you two work well together. You and Dave, like you guys were a good pair, and you guys could do this." And I was like, yeah. But it was just funny that
Barb,
they
you
were
want to
like,
travel
you
across
guys
the country?
like how like we kind of worked off of each other, if that makes sense. So like I would look at him and interact, and then he would say something. It was kind of almost like it wasn't a comedy bit, but like that's how we were working together at one
Yeah,
point. So
I think we've known each other long enough how to do
yeah.
that, and I definitely think it is something that we could do in person and a few schools. So yeah, I think if you want to book BP and BC,
BP, BC,
BC.
BP and BC, then get on it. Get in touch with BA and.
There you go, BA. Barry.
Thank you.
So yeah,
I ain't getting on plane fool.
I was excited.
Except Barry does get on planes, lots of them. But yeah, so yeah, I definitely think there's more to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And
so I'm excited.
Can I just say as well, Barb, you said right at the beginning there about how the idea really came from when you were on Tea and Poetry, and we were talking about this a while ago. So anyone else out there that would like to do the same thing in their state, get in touch with your local school, go and talk. I'll make a commitment now. If you do that, I will find the time to join in, the same as I did today via Zoom, and I'll be there and support you.
So you know what, Dave, what you just said right there is a project in itself that I think we're going to jump on right away, because you just what you just said, and I'm not sure why we never thought about this until right this second, but just how Barb went out there, we sent Barb a book so she would have a fresh book, for this engagement. But if there's anyone out there who wants to be an ambassador, right? I've done ambassador programs in the past with certain things, but if anyone wants to be an official ambassador, we will provide you with the necessary tools, the guidance, whatever it takes to team up with a local school, help spread the awareness about sight loss, and then obviously together with Dave there. And I could think the official apparel could be, a werewolf gear. We could do something really a lot of fun with this. And I think,
definitely.
like you said, going back to that first piece of poetry, getting out there and getting over some of the challenges. So we're gonna put this ball in motion right away. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna call this this ambassador program. And I think this could be very, very successful.
Hey, what about Austin's amazing ambassadors?
There you go. There you go.
Perfect. That's so great.
Yep.
Yeah. So listen, Barb, before you go, I want to do something. Really cool. So last week we had a really amazing hour of tea and poetry, and Barry couldn't make it. Barry was otherwise engaged. So as we said at the beginning of the call, I kind of took the full hour, and we had a really great hour. And the reason why we had a great hour last week, it was down to this piece of poetry, which I'm going to reread for you now, because Barry didn't hear it as well. And then I'm going to ask you the same question before you go that I asked of everyone last week, because it was a really interesting topic. So I'm going to read you the poem, and then I'll ask you the question before we send you back.
Okay.
Here we go. To the me of just 8 years ago, when I was diagnosed, I'd like to say the things. Sorry, I'll start that again. To the me of just 8 years ago, when I was diagnosed, I'd like to say the things to you need to hear the most. The things that you are feeling aren't only felt by you. There's people all around the world consumed by blindness too. Don't think that you're a burden. That's impossible to be. If they have that opinion, then it's them who cannot see. Your circle may be shrinking, but start thinking it's okay. At least you'll know who really cares by those who chose to stay. Don't worry for tomorrow, for all that's yet to be. Don't think because you're losing sight that one day you won't see the smiles of those you cherish. It's not always that way. Just because you're going blind doesn't mean some sight won't stay. I know that you miss driving, those times behind the wheel, but there are more important things to focus on and feel. You'll find your independence. You'll learn to love your cane. Although your driving days are done, you'll soon feel free again. I know the times feel scary. The world can't see your worth. But from our greatest challenges, we grow and strength unearth. In time, you'll find your feet once more, your path to greater things. You'll see you can be happier with the vision blindness brings. I know that you can't hear me from those 8 long years ago, but if someone out there feels the same, then their confidence will grow. So on that poem, my question to you, Barb, is if you could speak to your younger self from, 5, 6, 7 years ago when you were at the beginning of your diagnosis with RP or Usher, what advice would you give you now?
Well, honestly, probably that how I could basically eventually this is going to be the tool that makes you more extroverted than you've ever been. Like this is going to be the very thing that is going to give you a voice that you never thought you had. Like the person I am today, I never would be this person had I not had Usher syndrome or RP or just find Dave Steele. Like the thing just wouldn't be here. So I would almost say this entire new person's about to just blossom out of you, and it's going to be amazing. Just hang on, that kind of thing.
I love that.
I love that.
I love that. Yeah, that is awesome. And yeah, absolutely. We need that process. And, I speak about this a lot, and I'm getting quite emotional now thinking about this, because it really does mean a lot what you just said. But, I talk about that all the darkness in my life and the tough times and the struggles, I'd go through it all again a million times over to get to where I am now. And I think you really get that. You understand that, and where you are, I think you do the same.
Mm-hmm.
You remember what it was like, when you say you first found my poetry and the place you were, where you were at that time and just before that time to where you are now, is incredible.
Yeah, definitely. Because even today when we were speaking to the kids, I said I was feeling sadness and I was feeling frustration and anger and all of these big feelings, but I didn't know how. I was angry at my family basically for not understanding what I was going through. And then how could they? They don't have my body. You know what I mean? So the fact that I was able to use your poem to say, oh, I can't figure out how to make you walk in my shoes, but read this and you'll at least get to see what my shoes look like. You may not be able to put them on, but at least you can see where I'm standing. So
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
I'll mute
Thank
myself, but I am going to stay on, but I'll go ahead
Thank
and
you.
mute myself.
Thank you, Barb.
Thank you, Barb, as well, for everything for today. And thank you for, getting those pictures.
Thank you for being our first Austin's Amazing ambassador.
Triple A. We got triple A's. We got them
literally.
It's again, there may be some people on this call that don't know, but Miss Calhoun, Mrs. Calhoun. How do they call you, Miss Calhoun or Mrs. Calhoun?
I think it was Miss Calhoun. Yeah,
Miss Calhoun. So for those of you that don't know, Miss Calhoun is the sole reason why I myself am connected with Dave Steele. So always want to say thank you for that, making that connection. So thank you. All right, we have Christina. I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself, and Christina has her hand up. Christina? Oh, nope, not yet. Just have to have you. There you go. How are
Okay,
you?
can you hear me?
We hear
We
you.
can.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, hi,
Amber.
hi, Christina.
Sorry about your loss today,
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot.
but I wanted to touch on something that you said there. If you could think back of what you would say to yourself in
Mhm.
that first piece you read, is because when you first know that you're losing your sight, you think you don't have a life, and you think you can't do what you've dreamed to do after hearing that you have retinitis pigmentosus. So I would tell me and others, just don't give up, because it's what you want to do, and just having somebody out there like you or a friend to have just to talk to, listen to you, to relate. That's everything.
It totally is. Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you, Barry.
You're welcome. I am going to bring the birthday boy on. Do we know whose birthday it was?
I don't.
I'm gonna unmute the birthday boy.
Oh, of course. Sorry. Yeah.
Take
Sunday.
it away, Mr. Birthday Boy.
Was it Saturday?
You are watching live team coverage right here, right now on Tea and Poetry TV, brought to you by the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valley Metro, the well-known bus service in Maricopa County and Phoenix, Arizona and beyond. Cracker Barrel, featuring Southern cuisine, a gift shop in the country store, and these fine sponsors.
Beautiful. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank
yeah.
you.
We seem to have taken on a lot more sponsors since last week.
Yep.
Travis has been signing everyone up.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yeah. Thank
how
you
are
so
you,
much. It
Travis?
was Oh, I'm fantastic. How about you guys?
We're, thank God, hanging in.
Yeah, good. Yeah, don't mind any background noise. My next door neighbor's gardener is working next door, so don't mind the sound of any leaf blowing activity or anything. I'm in my back patio right now. The
You
weather's
can be
so
honest
good.
with Travis. We know that you're on the lawnmower and driving it around. You can be honest with us.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, I am doing great, and I had a wonderful birthday. It was like 3 days of celebration, actually.
Fantastic.
Because you had your BFF's birthday as well, didn't you?
Of course, yes. So, well, first of all, we did my birthday with my brother and sister-in-law at our house last Thursday with the kids, and they took me out for a couple of drinks, and we had beef ribs for dinner and all. And we celebrated my BFF's birthday and my birthday Friday night in downtown San Luis Obispo in the Creamery at a Italian restaurant that's locally owned called Mama's Meatball, and it was so delicious.
It sounds good.
And we did that, and then of course each one of us got a lot of birthday presents. And then Saturday, my BFF Kelly took me to one of my favorite appliance showrooms and furniture shops called Idler's Home, and we did go to Cracker Barrel for lunch.
That's where you signed them up.
And I have to say, for those of you who don't know, Cracker Barrel, it's in a lot of the United States, including California. It is Southern cuisine for those who like Southern style food and cooking, from the South, such as Georgia, Alabama, and the whole 9 yards. And not only does Cracker Barrel have sit-down dining, they have a gift shop and country store where you can buy things such as like snacks, shirts, etc. And Kelly and I split a dessert. We had the Coca-Cola Cake.
Coca-Cola Cake. Nice. It sounds like you're on commission.
Yeah. And what the Coca-Cola Cake is, hold on a second. Oh, that was Jennifer. Jennifer says thoughts and prayers for you and the family, just to let you know, Dave.
Thank you.
So, and Dave, I just want to tell you, I'm really sorry to hear what you and your family have going through.
Thank you very much. That means a lot.
So I'm praying for you. And on a happier note, Jennifer just said happy birthday to me. But anyway, back to what I was going to say.
Is Jennifer with you?
Yeah, no, she's on the chat.
Yes.
She's on the chat.
She's on the chat.
Okay.
Anyway, what I was going to say, for those who want to know, Coca-Cola Cake, it's a dark chocolate cake, but you know how you bake cakes with water, right? You use a little bit of water.
Mhm.
Well, in the South, they use Coca-Cola, real Coca-Cola, instead of water to make it dense and rich and everything, and have vanilla ice cream on top.
Sounds yummy.
Sounds good. Hey,
And
Travis.
it was, yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off there, but finish up what you were going to say. I want to ask you something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, so anyway, so I had a great birthday. I got some birthday presents.
Beautiful.
Oh, I got someone for my birthday. And guess what I got for my birthday from my folks?
What'd
You're
you
gonna get a
get?
kick out of this. A talking blood pressure cuff that takes your blood pressure.
Wow.
Just
Yep,
just
there's
what
such
you
a thing.
need.
Yep.
Travis, do I have permission to share with the group here a photo that you shared with me about a week and a half ago?
Oh, let's see the photo, the race, which one about the race? Which photo is that?
No, it's a photo about a new apron.
Oh yes. So
Can I put that up on the screen? Is that okay?
Yes, you may.
Okay, I want to share a photo of Travis, and I'm going to let him share with everyone here, give the full audio description. So just give me 1 second, and we're going to bring that right up.
Okay.
All right, hold on 1 second. I got too many windows open here, so just want to make sure I'm bringing up the right. Here we go. Okay. Okay, Travis, the photo is up.
Okay, so everybody, for those who want to know, as you know, I work for Home Depot, and what this photo presents, just a couple of weeks ago, I received a customer service award for providing top customer service with a Homer badge, and the specialized apron was custom made by one of my my crews and my managers. And what the special apron says with it being painted, and I wear this all the time now, it says, ask me anything, I know where things are in the store, and it has my name, of course, and the company I work for.
Yep.
And the cool thing is, this award was presented because I've gotten so much feedback. It's like, he knows where everything is in the store, which is true of me, especially since I had to memorize the whole place before I started working at Home Depot.
Wow.
That's an incredible achievement, and I'd like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. You well deserved, and I can imagine, you know, how loved you are by all the kind of, you know, the customers and all your colleagues as well there.
Thank you. And we're actually one of the best Home Depots in terms of the friendliness, you know, just FYI. So
I believe that, because I know you are at the top of the list for spreading that cheer, and congratulations. So I wanted to share that
thank you
with everyone,
so much.
because it's an incredible achievement, and we wish you your continued success.
Thank you, Travis.
Well, thank you. You're welcome. And hey, I got some even exciting news tonight.
Go ahead.
Please share.
I'm going to a concert with Allison and our group tonight.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Wait, who are you going to see?
We're going to an Aretha Franklin tribute concert. You know, the tribute band of Aretha. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Love a bit of Aretha.
Yep, we're going to go to the tribute band because remember, Aretha passed away several years ago, so it's the tribute band to celebrate her.
Very nice.
And that's pretty exciting. Yeah, we're going to go to the Cal Poly Performing Arts Center, which is a well-known place for concerts, and it's at our state university that's in San Luis Obispo County, for those who want to know.
Got it. Very nice. Very nice. All right, I'm going to bring on our next guest, Mr. Sedona Dave. I'm going to let him unmute him right now. But Travis, we know you're here. Congratulations again. And
yeah, thank you, Travis.
You're welcome. It's good to see you guys. And Dave, I'm thinking about you and your family at this time, just to let you know, if there's anything that you need, you can always message me on Messenger.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Travis.
You're welcome.
Sedona
Hey,
Dave.
Dave. Dave, Sedona Dave here. Dave,
Hey.
infinite heartfelts for what you're going through today. I'm here with you, my brother. I'm here for you. So
I
be
appreciate
gentle
that.
with yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this really short, really sweet. I'm going to send you some of this to help heal your heart.
Oh, look at that. Can you just
He's-
describe what, for those people who can't see what you're showing me?
Sure. This is a 13-week-old golden retriever named Otto, and he's just the apple of my eye.
He's absolutely beautiful.
He's teething.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes, and I'm
Good.
O positive. So if there's anybody with O positive, he's partial to that. Come
I
on
think
out to
I'll go-
Sedona,
yeah.
donate a pint.
I'd donate a pint of O positive just to be there in that beautiful Sedona sunshine with you right there.
We'll get you out here. Anyways, if I'm gonna go back to mute, but my infinite heartfelts for what you're going through today, and just lots of blessings, and be kind and gentle to yourself. All right, Sedona Dave, peace on, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. So, okay. We're just going through the chat here, and yeah, a bunch of messages there, Dave, for you as well. So yeah.
I need to announce. I don't know if you got my message before Team Poetry,
Me?
but I'll announce.
Oh yes, you did. I did. Yes.
Next Wednesday, unfortunately, there will be no Team Poetry next Wednesday, because I am otherwise engaged. I am going to a concert myself. Actually, well, I say a concert. It's a small gig.
Small gig.
Going to a small probably maybe about 100 people show.
Very nice.
But it'll be very good.
Nice. So we will postpone TM Poetry next week. So just give everyone a heads up.
Yeah, and then the week after we'll have the build up to the Rnib Awards, and then
right.
The last one will be after the Rnib Awards, just before I fly to San Francisco.
That is correct. I'm really excited for you about the Rnib Awards. It's
yeah. Do you want to talk about that or not?
I think we talked about it a little bit, haven't we?
We have, but is there anything you want to announce or
no?
Okay.
No, we'll keep things the way they are for now.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll keep everyone in suspense. No, it's all good. Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm excited about Austin's Amazing Ambassadors because I think there's really something unique about that. What I do want to say actually was I was at a meeting yesterday with a very, very prestigious doctor, and I say this, that all doctors out there, in my opinion, who are in whether it's retina, whatever it's sight loss related, I have a lot of respect for the doctors out there for doing the work that they do. However, there are very far and few in between doctors who really, in my opinion, understand and will go above and beyond. And we talk about this here all the time. Dave and I know we talk about it, and I think the feeling is mutual, across everyone, where when you get a diagnosis and it's just like, here's your diagnosis and goodbye, and you're on your own, and now what? And again, we've talked about that many times, and I hear this constantly, and I hear it from patients, and I hear it from consumers. I hear it all around. And a lot of the work that we are here to advocate and to promote as far as building awareness for the sight loss community, a lot of it also has to start with doctors themselves, because it's just unfortunate, just the way things are today. And a lot of doctors feel that if it's beyond the medical realm, then that's where they stop. And then it's like, it's not their responsibility any longer. But what I do want to say is that I met this incredible doctor, and here actually in the Miami area, and the work that she has done to date is amazing. But the work that she has planned and what she wants to do to elevate the message about sight loss on a whole nother level is beyond exciting. And so I just wanted to say that, the message is getting out there. There are individuals like this particular doctor. I don't want to say this doctor's name just yet, there will be some stuff, collaborations, God willing, in the future. But there's the energy is there, and the time it's now, and there is this huge momentum for real change when it comes to awareness and how to just really work with sight loss. So I want to share that. It was to tell you the level of excitement and the seriousness of this particular meeting. It was supposed to be an hour meeting, and it turned into a 3-hour meeting. And to be able to have 3 hours of nonstop, strategizing and talking with this particular doctor was a priceless opportunity. And so I can't wait to share more in the coming months on this, but stay tuned. There's some great things that are really brewing all around.
Yeah.
And Dave, of course, was front and center, of course, with the books and the poetry. And if you take a step back, you were talking about, Dave, when you asked Barb as far as going back to her beginning of her sight loss journey and stuff like that, based on what last week's Tea and Poetry. I want to say to you, Dave, go back just 3 years, as far as Dave Steele, the blind poet, and look where things are today. So
yeah, we put the work in. We talk about Tea and Poetry every week at Wednesday 9:00 UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern, depending where you are in the world. But it doesn't just end when we come off this call. We go every day, every hour, every day. We use it all in the same thing, which is to support people affected by low vision and blindness in any way. The families, children. It's funny, actually. I don't. Did you watch the video that I told you about this morning? Yeah, I don't know if you did.
I started watching. I hit play, and then I had to stop it because the phone rang and I had to turn my call. But in fact, actually, I believe it's actually right here. It's on my screen for me to watch it a little later.
Yeah. I'd love.
Maybe I should play it.
See if you can share it. See if you can share it. This would be great.
I just want to make sure it's my review of Austin's Amazing Adventure, that the TikTok, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let me go ahead and
I received this video today on Facebook. I was sent by a young lady who lives in Dallas. Her mom sent me this video. She'd done I think she'd done 3 TikToks, 3 different videos. One of her reading the book, one of her talking about the book, and one of her kind of doing a review and going through some of the questions at the end of Austin's Amazing Adventures. And it really blew me away. This girl she has low vision. She has nystagmus. She is also dyslexic as well.
Yeah, let me go ahead.
I'm going to see if we can share the video. This is incredible.
Yeah,
just take a look at this.
Let me just think about sharing, so to make sure I can do the volume. No, screen share. Yeah, share sound. Here we go. I believe it's this one right here. Okay, you have the screen?
Yep.
Okay.
I read a story by Dave Steele, who goes by the blind poet. He wrote a story about his son's journey about accepting his low vision, and it's really relatable because I can tell you I struggled with accepting my disability. But after reading this, now I am inspired, and one of my favorite things about this book that I don't really notice in other books is the font is big, which is accessible for people with low vision. And the second thing is it's a image description. You don't know what an image description is? It's basically when you describe what is happening in an image. And I don't, in all the books I read, every single book I read, there has not been an image description, and it's really accessible because people who are blind or can see but just have a hard time seeing the image properly, they can understand the image, which is good. And I really love it. And Mr. Um Steele, Mr. Steele, if you're watching this, I love this book, and thank you for making it accessible for the low vision and blind. Bye. I get it.
That was awesome.
It was quite faint. I know the volume was quite faint
Yes.
on. It's just a screensaver, but just to hear, what she said about the book, and saying that of all the books she's ever read, this is the first ever book she's read that's had image descriptions, and the font and the text size is big enough for her to read comfortably. And I spoke to her mum earlier today, and she was saying how with her dyslexia, she wouldn't have been able to read that book about a year and a half ago. And something like that helps with her confidence to have an accessible book that she can read herself with her limited vision and enjoy the story. And not only that, but relate to it and be inspired by it is a massive, massive thing for her. So we do this every day. And when we hear stories like that, it makes you push harder to do more.
Absolutely. I just want to say, we do this every week, right? And I always have this level of excitement of coming on here and seeing everyone and being part of this, and having the opportunity to co-host together with you. But it really, every episode that we do here, and everyone here, whether or not you speak or not, or people actually speak and communicate, the level of energy here is very high, and it resonates, I think, really across with everyone. And so it gives me extra energy to push forward and to really do more. So thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone. So let me go ahead and bring on Philip. Wants to say hello. Philip.
Hello, everybody. Dave, my dear friend, I am so sorry for your loss, and my heart go out to you and your family. I know how hard it is. I lost my own mother a few years ago, and I'm still not quite over it.
Thank you, Philip.
And I look forward, I'm trying to arrange with Bari. I really look forward to meeting you briefly. I know your schedule is very busy, but I want to make time, and I look forward to see you. So have a few minutes of fun together in beautiful San Francisco.
Yes, me too. I cannot wait. I'm in. It's funny. I was talking about it earlier, saying, I'm with the way things have been, and obviously, the most recent events. I'm so ready to jump on a plane and fly to sunny California.
I understand. I think that would be a very good time for you, just for grieving and recovering and support. I'm here. I would really look forward to meet you then. And is it in 2 weeks? I think.
No. It's I think it's 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks now. 4 weeks.
Oh, in 4 weeks. Okay. I'm looking forward to see you, my friend. You and Barry too, and everybody.
I can't wait.
Thanks for the video. That was very powerful. Wow.
My pleasure. Thank you, Philip.
Thank you for letting me on, Barry. Have a good night.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
So, if there's anyone else that wants to come on and say a quick hello, because I don't know where time goes, but it's just, wow. Can't believe
it goes.
It's always moving fast. So, if there's anyone wants to share anything, please.
Yeah, very quick again, please. Just in
go
case
ahead, of course. Yes.
If Travis didn't see my text, I don't know. I guess he didn't. Happy birthday to you, Travis.
Nice. He's on mute, but I'm sure he hears you. And
I think also, Dave, I'm not sure if you're able to check the text too, because last week I did send you a text, but I'm not sure.
Are you talking about in the chat?
Yeah, the chat.
Oh, I know. I probably didn't see it last week. I was so busy
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of trying to keep things together,
Okay.
so I probably missed your message. My apologies for that.
Oh, please don't apologize. I just want to make sure maybe next time I raise my hand.
That's usually my responsibility to look after the chat. And
Yeah.
I was.
That's
playing
why we
hooky last
missed you, Barry, last week.
Thank you. I missed you guys as well.
We did.
So, okay, perfect. So, Dave, you want to let's close things out with a piece of poetry. Hopefully, this will be able to hold everyone over for 2 weeks, and yeah, we'll, close things out.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave you with this one. Once again, a big thank you to our tribe, to everyone on Team Poetry, and all those who watch afterwards on the YouTube channel. Don't forget, let's really do this. You know, every week I write new poetry. Find the time to write new poetry for Team Poetry, and quite often I think I should do more with these poems. You know, we haven't done a poetry book, a pure poetry book, in a while, and I think I will do one of those in the future, as well as obviously Austin's Amazing Adventures future books. But when we have ideas like we've had tonight, about Austin's Amazing Ambassadors and going into schools and me joining you either in person or via Zoom, I really want you guys to get behind this. Get in touch with Barry, send us a message. We will discuss this further in weeks on. Let's make these things happen. Let's not, you know, waste these ideas and these moments, and let's really act on them and execute. So I'm going to leave you with this piece of poetry, and then I will see you in 2 weeks' time.
I took notes.
I know you got it.
I got it. This is Austin's Amazing Ambassadors is something that I think is really, it's something special, because again, it's going to give individuals the ability to go out there, maybe step out of your comfort zone, go out, speak. And by the way, it doesn't have to be a school either. It could be any group setting. It could be anything, anywhere, because the book in itself is it's an educational piece. Yeah. And obviously, you know, it's a kid's book, so you know. But
it does the same things. It does the same things as the other poems. It's about, and actually this brings us on to this poem that I'm going to finish with tonight. It really sums it up. These moments are just perfect. It's in anything I write, whether it be for Austin's Amazing Adventures, the children's books, or for, you know, anything else, the usual poems that I write. It's all about us connecting as a community and realizing that in our shared challenges, we can be stronger. And that's exactly what it's about. So I want to leave you with this one. Here we go.
Please announce where to get the book one more time.
Of course, theblindpoet.net. On my website, theblindpoet.net. So you can go there and you can order a copy of Austin's Amazing Adventures right now.
Speaking of which, just before you go into that, I'm sorry but I just wanted to say that if you are in the UK and you ordered a book and you're wondering why it's been delayed, there were some issues with the print quality, which we rejected them, but new books are in stock and are shipping out. So thanks for your patience.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. A shout out to all the people who don't know where they fit. Consider ourselves blind even though we can see a bit. We need to use our canes more, but pretend that we can see. We bump into some things and then deny that we're clumsy. To avoid the world's confusion, we pretend that we see less, hide behind our shades instead of a simple truth confess, that this blindness is a spectrum and we shouldn't feel afraid. And anything we need to use as vision slowly fades. So if you feel this poetry is written from your mind, or you're grieving for what's lost and yet to come combined, then know that this blind poet is always here for you, not just in these words, but in the things I say and do. You'll never be alone. It doesn't matter what we see. There's plenty left within this life for us to be happy.
That is very true.
We
can make the best of every single day, and you know, one day at a time. Only way we can do it. So great to see everyone tonight. Lisa, it's nice to see you as well. And you're welcome. And again, on behalf of everyone here, our condolences to Dave and the extended family. And Dave, I know that we know you're strong. You're gonna pull through. We're all here for you in this difficult time. So you know, just like everyone always reaches out to you in their difficult times, we're here for you now. So just want to share that and express that. And yeah, our thoughts, our prayers, and stay strong.
Thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome.
I will see you in 2 weeks' time.
Yes. Take care. Be well.
Thank you for watching Tea and Poetry, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Join us live every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK. A big thank you to our sponsors, the Lanny D. Chesapeake Lighthouse and the Low Vision Shop. If you enjoyed Tea and Poetry, please invite a friend, like, share, and subscribe.